haven't even made it to 9 o'clock yet. Might have to shut that door. Hey, well, shut the door, babe. Just move the fan up. Shut the door. They're mad. As soon as I start help with the pups, Maddie. Justin, what's up, brother? Good morning. Good morning, guys. We're trying to get stuff situated. Yeah, put it on an angle right here so I can mute. Right there. There we go. Ohio Patriot. Pat, right. What's up, Patriot? What's up, guys? Good morning, everybody. Cajun's here. What's up, brother? Good morning, guys. Just give me a minute because the dogs are whining outside. We got 2 puppies inside that are rambunctious as crap this morning. And Mama Bear's about to lose her. And Patriot Independent on YouTube. What's up, brother? I'm doing all right, man. Bobby B. What's up, brother? Good morning, guys. Mama Bear is here. She's just over there. She's keeping the dogs over there because when they jump up here on the bed, it shakes the camera and stuff because Maddie's in here. So I'm glad y'all could join me this morning. How's everybody's weather handed out, man? I was just looking online about the hurricane that's like coming this way, but they said it's not going to hit North Carolina. I'm glad it's not going to hit North Carolina because we're at like full capacity of water, man. Cajun said taking my dogs to the vet for shots soon. Yeah, mine have got the. So a lot of you I don't know. Y'all, I know a few people know. My crazy neighbor, my son's grandma, called animal control on us. Said my dogs were neglected and they're getting tortured and fought and all kinds of shit. So she came down, looked at all the dogs. Everything's fine. They all have houses. They all have hay. None of them are skinny. They brought us some food and some chicken food, and they're going to help me get them all their rabies shots for like $10 dogs. So that's crazy cheap. So yeah, let's tell Mama Bear, it's always funny that people call shit on you to get you in trouble, but the shit that they call ends up helping you in the long run. Like, I was so freaking mad today. We came down and there was a little flyer down here from Animal Control. And technically she called them on my son's dogs, which ain't my dogs. They're my son's dogs. They're up in a different part of the property. But she heard my dogs and she came down. She just had to see that their houses were in order and that they were on, their setups were great and everything. So yeah, that worked out good. Ohio said it's going to be in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, 85, 90 here too. It's cloudy right now, and I'm glad because our freaking air conditioner, the cord got wet, and it hasn't worked in 2 days. It was 110 degrees in the camper yesterday. It was so hot in here, we took the dogs and we just went outside and got in the shade because it was cooler in the shade. Lady in red, good morning. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope all is well. But yeah, like, so it's just been, we didn't work yesterday. We have work, we're just like in between jobs. We're starting a big job Monday. So TMT, what's up, brother? Good morning, man. Good morning. But yeah, other than that, everything's been all right. Stressful, as always. Trying to make it through the weekend. We didn't work yesterday, and that kicked me in the balls hard because I like to work Friday and Saturday because I get my money for Saturday, helps us get through Sunday. Because we just put our last $40 in gas, and now we're flat broke, so we don't know what we're going to do for gas tomorrow. Horsepower Coffee, good morning, Krista. Hope you're doing well. I saw the update on the trailer about a week or so ago. That thing was badass, man. That thing is badass. Like, it went from just a regular horse trailer to something like a masterpiece. Can't wait to get a cup of coffee out of it. So. Yeah, Lady in Red, I've been busy with work and then haven't had much opportunity to do stuff here, like video-wise. I got like rifles I got to paint and stuff, but hell, it's been raining every single day. And then the other night, it didn't rain all day. We were like, yes, thank God, no rain. And it was like, what time was it when that bad storm hit? It was 2 a.m. We're laying in here. We got the camper open because the air conditioner's not working. Got fans blowing. We're all asleep. And we heard, you can hear it on the camper. Like, the little raindrops come. I was sound asleep. And Mama Bear heard it. And I woke up and I heard it. And by the time she got up to run outside to pull the tarps, it was a freaking monsoon downpour. She came in soaked. I was trying to get the dog situated, and I was like, holy crap, it's raining. So it did that for what, about an hour?
35 minutes.
She's 35 minutes. You Viking, really? Why, Cajun? Too much work? Yeah, because you was about to have to put some money up in that joker boat. Oh, I have a friend, my boss's son, Jeff. his girlfriend, they got a house given to them that was built by her great-great-grandfather in 1921. Her grandma lived in it her entire life, like from the time she was like 2 years old till she passed away in that house. And I went over and helped him do a bunch of stuff to it, but no air conditioning, no insulation, no heat. They heated with wood stoves, and then from the wood stoves they went to the old oil heaters, the old like oil freaking heaters from like the 40s. So he's in the same boat, man. He's just they're gonna have to put a good $100,000 in that house. Like it needs new wiring, new lights, new everything. But he's the man that can do it. So there's not anything to a house just like me. There's not much to a house he can't do. So it's a beautiful house and it's well built. It just needs some TLC. It's sat empty for like 12 years. I think they said 12 or 13 years. So wife started this shit again the other day. So I told her mom can keep it and try to figure out what I'm going to do. Get a camper, bro. You got a big ass truck. Get a camper. Get you someplace situated, bro. Yeah, you don't want to start putting money into a house and then y'all getting back to not liking each other again, and then you'd have to take that loss. But we're just trying to make it till we can get out of here, man. This year has been shit for us, and the weather's been shit, and I'm glad to be working, but running that generator, we don't run it at night anymore because that saves like $105 or $110 a week just not running it at night. Plus, the generator needs a break. We run it 12, 13, 14 hours straight, and then it needs a break for a couple hours. And then we check the oil in the morning to make sure the oil level's right. We always keep, I've got a quart of oil sitting over here. So it's been a year. I've learned a lot this year. I've been humbled greatly this year too. Not that I wasn't already the last 2.5 years I've been down here, but this year's been rough on us, man. And then winter time's coming too, so y'all got to pardon the hair. Mama Bear ain't cut my hair yet. That's why I'm wearing a hat, because I got bad cow licks. I don't know anybody else got them, but twins got a bad one right here and right here. So yep, got to change. Got to keep it old. Got to keep it old and got to keep it charged. Now the solar generator that we got from one of the listeners on here that I cannot thank enough for everything that he's done above and beyond, just like everybody else. That little solar generator, we plug it in, charge it all day, and it literally charges our phones and the fans that he sent with that package. Those fans are our lifesaver right now. You thought about? I have, man. I'm not going to do it here. When we move to the new part, once we get situated wherever we're going to end up, because we're just staying here for a couple more months till we can find a better place to go. With the drainage problem that we have in the water, and it's just not the place for us. I can't grow a garden. My chicken coop is constantly sitting in water because we can't. It's every time it starts to dry out, it rains again. So this isn't a bad place when it's dry. Like the cold, it sucks, but we can deal with it. The heat sucks, but we can deal with it. But when it's wet and muddy, it's just horrible down here. But yes, I do want to get a solar panel system set up for my new camper system. Once we get to the fifth wheel and we got a better place, I'm going to get solar panels and run my stuff off solar panels. But have the generator for backup. Honestly, I'm going to start looking for a new one too. Oh hell, I wanted to go to the gun show that just came to North Carolina, but I couldn't make it. But man, yeah, definitely get a super safety. I love that super safety. Honestly, now I'm on a waiting list. AS Designs here in North Carolina makes a super safety, but it doesn't use the super safety like push button system. You can switch it with the actual safety that comes stock on your AR-15. They give you an ambidextrous safety, so it's left and right, and you can 3 position, got safe, fire, and then you flip it all the way back to do the super safety. They're $199. I'm trying to save up for one of those. I got on the waiting list, so when they get them, they have to get them in or make them or whatever they do. I'm going to switch to those. That way it doesn't change the manual of arms on my ARs, because I've trained to reach up and flip the safety. But with the super safety, you got to do it more like a pellet rifle or like a shotgun. You got to push the safety all the way over to get it being safe. And it changed the manual of arms. So I like it, and I love the way that gun shoots, but I want my manual of arms to where my muscle memory goes right back to flipping that safety and safe. So I'm going to switch my gun to it, Mama Bear's AR-15, and hopefully when we get her an AR-9 put together, I can get one of those too. Yeah, see, and it didn't change the manual of arms. Yours wasn't from AS Designs. You got the Arteris one, I think, in Ohio it's called. But this is new to them. It still does the super safety thing, and I did figure out what was wrong with my super safety. I had that they didn't send me the centering block. The guy was like, well, you don't have an M16 lower, you don't need it. I'm like, no, I don't, but it's not working because when you push the super safety, it wasn't reading the groove pattern to let it know what it was doing. Like you put it on safe, it would fire. You put it on semi-auto, it would fire. You put it on super safety, it would fire semi-auto because that little rod, it's got a little bar with a curve on it. It wasn't moving like it was supposed to, following the pattern of the super safety. So I was like, I talked to the guy from D's Nuts Tactical. I sent him 100 emails. I was like, bro, just send me the centering block. Hell, I'll pay for it. He was like, well, I sell packages of 10. I don't need 10. I just need one. Got on Facebook and I was on a super safety like chat thing. And the guy was like, dude, don't waste your money getting a centering block. He was like, use the bud off of an earbud, the earpiece off an earbud. He said it slides right down. You can change how deep it goes. And it'll work. He said, I've done it. And I was like, what about the heat melting the rubber? He was like, the centering blocks are rubber and they don't melt. He was like, there's not enough heat in there. It's all in the barrel and upper receiver. So you're in the lower receiver. You won't get a lot of, you get heat, but not enough to damage anything. So I put the thing on it. It functions and tests fine. It's been raining, so we haven't shot it, but like definitely gonna try it. Yeah, dude, Patriot, if you're gonna get one, go to AS Designs. They're out of North Carolina. I would say D's Nuts Tactical, but I'm kind of on that shit. He's on my shit list because they didn't send all the parts that I needed, and it was a 50 cents. It probably cost them pennies on the dollar for them centering blocks. And I sent him pictures. I sent him everything. I was like, I did not get a centering block with my super safety. Well, you don't need one. You don't need one. I'm like, apparently I do because it's not working. Like it worked twice. I took Mama Bear up to shoot it, and it only would shoot semi-auto. I came back, took it all apart, took it out, looked at everything. Everything was fine. The grooves were still there like they're supposed to be. But go through AS Designs. And when they get it, make sure they send you centering block. Chances are you might not need it, but it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So have a good one, Lady in Red. Exactly, Ohio. That's the best way to do it, man. Honestly, you know what I mean? I didn't have an option like that, so I just ordered one from D's Nuts, and it was $100. I think it was $120 with shipping, $110 for the actual product, and then $10 for shipping. But if I could do it again, I would go through AS Designs. That's who I'm getting the new super safeties from. I'm not going to go back to D's Nuts Tactical. I'm going to go through AS Designs. Plus, they're right here in North Carolina. So, but definitely make sure you get the one with the trigger kit. The trigger has to have a cut on it for the super safety to work, and it's better to let them do it and then get it all over and put it in and shoot it and let everything wear in like it's supposed to. But definitely get the whole kit. Don't just buy the super safety. So, yeah, see, that's a deal right there. That's a deal, man. That is a deal. $100, that's a deal. And then you can get it right then, and you don't have to wait and pay shipping. And then, they don't have your address or anything. So that's good too, man. But mine, it works good. Like I said, I'm trying to get parts for Mom's AR9. Once we get some parts, I can start getting some stuff for that. I'm gonna put one in that too, because the super safety in a 9mm is like a little buzzsaw, man. And then in my Smith & Wesson, I'm gonna get a super safety too. There's no reason not to have one in every AR-15. Like it's select fire. You can select shoot single shot, select semi-automatic, or you can flip that giggle switch and play all you want. So I need the one with the block. Sorry. Yeah. So I wish I could. I can't show you mine. Like I can't take the rifle out because it'll kill my live chat, and I don't have any strikes as of right now, and I don't want any. So you get the trigger, the drop-in trigger, and it's got an angle cut on the back of it that lets the super safety come through, okay? Then you have an arm that comes up. That's what stops when the bolt comes back, that stops it and lets it keep coming back, not shoot semi-automatic. There's a little centering block that goes over that arm that keeps it in the center of your lower receiver. So when you push the safety, it's got different grooves cut in it. So you got no grooves for safe. So when you pull the trigger, there's nothing coming out. You click it all the way over and it goes semi-auto. Boom, boom, boom. Then you go to the middle position And that centering block keeps that arm in the center. So as you're moving it, it's reading what the grooves are cut. The grooves let it know what it's supposed to do. And you can, Virginia Bushcrafter, good morning, my friend, what's up? And so you have to have that little centering block to keep it centered inside the receiver. Also make sure you have a full auto bolt carrier group and an H2 buffer. That's the only way it'll work. You have to have the full auto bolt carrier group. My Smith & Wesson has a semi-auto bolt carrier group. They're just cut different. It won't work with that. So make sure you get a full auto bolt carrier group and an H2 buffer. The H2 buffer, you have to have a heavier buffer. You have to. It was like $50 from BCM. I got a good one because if anything I put into that rifle, I try to put better than what was in it before. So I got a BCM H2 buffer for $50. Put that in it, took it up, pulled the trigger, and it didn't stop till I let go of the trigger or the mag runs out. So yeah. So get the centering block and you'll have no problems. Even if you don't, they say you don't need it unless you have an M16 lower receiver, but I've seen everybody on the forums and stuff. I got it. It worked twice without it. And I think because when you're shooting it, it's wearing the parts. Like it's going to wear the stuff. You're going to find some metal shavings in your gun because it's just going to wear into it as you're shooting. And it worked twice fine. And then, like I said, the third time I shot it twice, shot it the first time, came back, and I was like, oh my God, the buffer worked. Then I took it up, shot it again for a video, and then I took it out the third time to let Mama Bear shoot it, and it didn't work. So it would just shoot semi-automatic, even in full semi-automatic is what they call full semi-automatic mode. It wouldn't work because the arm was moving too much. That centering block keeps that arm in the center. If you look up the diagram of one, you can see it. Like the centering block is needed in most guns. Some guns I've heard, if they have a high shelf in the back, you're going to have to remove some metal off the back. Luckily, my Stag is a low shelf gun. Also, I think my Smith & Wesson is too. I put my lower and my bolt carrier group into the Smith & Wesson and cycled through it, and it worked with all the parts out of my Stag in the Smith & Wesson. So, but like I said, get you a H2 buffer, a full auto bolt carrier group, and a super safety. That should get you running. Unless, like I said, you might have to remove some material off your gun. I don't recommend doing that, but if anything, if you do, go buy another lower receiver, 80% lower. Put that stuff in it. Make sure it's a low shelf. And hey, y'all, what's up, Dancing with Wolves? Make sure that you got the low shelf, lower receiver. I think most Arrow receivers are low shelf. More of the high-end guns, I think, are low shelf, like Danny Defense, BCM, stuff like that. They're low shelf guns. I think the cheaper guns, like Palmetto State Armory, stuff like that, I think they're high shelf guns. They do that, so you can't make them fully automatic, I guess. That's what I've heard, but I don't know. So I know my gun works pretty damn good. And I run a Stag. I bought a Stag years ago. Mama Bear and I, it was right there towards COVID, and was it during COVID, wasn't it?
What?
When we bought the Stag. Yeah, right before COVID hit, the only gun I had was 9mm, and Mama Bear had a 9mm. And I told her, I was like, we need a long gun. Like, the pistols are fine, but if something does happen, because at this point we didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Like, I didn't know if this was going to be the end of it, So for about a month before all this shit went down, Mama Bear and I went like crazy. We bought a shotgun. We bought an AR-15 because I had ammo for the shotgun. I had ammo and a couple mags for the AR-15. We bought food. Like I already had a bunch of food, but we bought like all kinds of food. Like we stocked up. We really didn't leave the house for the first couple weeks, but after I figured out it was all bullshit. So moose season. Oh shit. Now the old Bushmaster probably has a low shelf, brother. And the Diamondback, I'm not sure. I had a Diamondback 380 pistol years ago. I haven't really ever messed with a Diamondback AR-15s. But I can find out and let you know if you need me to. We can. That's not. So hopefully, like I said, low shelf, H2 buffer, and full auto bolt carrier. But like back to my story. So Mama Bear and I was like, we got to go get an AR-15. I got $1,000. Let's go get an AR-15. So we go to one of my gun stores, Fuquay Gun and Gold. I go in, and this is the time where everybody panic bought. There was hardly any. They usually have about 5,000 guns between the rifles, bolt guns, shotguns. You name it, they got it. And if they don't got it, they're going to get it. We went in, there was no AR-15s for under $2,000. So I'm standing there and I'm like, well, fuck, man, I might have to buy an AK, which I like AKs. I'm an AK guy for a long time before I was an AR guy. I was like, well, I'll just get an AK. And I'm looking at the guy. I was like, well, what are you looking for? I said, I'm looking for an AR-15, but I'm looking for like a certain, I want an M4. I want the short forearm. I want the fixed front sight, carry handle if possible. If not, flat top will work. I don't have an optic, but I'll make it work. Have a good one, Bobby B. You take care, brother. I'll be on tomorrow too, man. Should be on tomorrow morning at 8. Maybe a little later. We were late this morning because we were taking care of everything, but that's if I can get gas for the generator. If I run out of gas, I'll be fucked, but I won't have it. Dude, I had a Norinco Mac 90. Does yours have the thumb hole in it? Mine has the thumb hole. Well, it had the thumb hole. I don't have it anymore. Yeah, definitely get 2, man. That's a lot of meat, bro. Yeah, so 5.56 AK would be pretty dope, especially if it took AR-15 magazines. Like, I would like to have a 5.56 AK. I would not even gonna lie. I've been looking at the little Dracos for like a backpack gun or something, but that's another day. I want to build Mama's AR-9 first. So we get to the gun store and I'm looking and I'm like, man, let me see that AK right there. So I'm looking at the AK, you know, function testing the AK, messing with it. And Mama Bear goes, hey, what about that one right there? And I look up and I'm like, oh shit, that's my gun. I'm like, here, man, can I see that one? What is that? He said, it's a Stag Arms. Well, Stag is notoriously known to, they're the ones that build the guns for the left-hand shooter. So the ejection port and everything's on the opposite side. And the guy was like, no, this is a right-hand gun. He was like, this is a Stag. He said, this is a really nice gun, man. He said, it's used. That's why it's cheap. He said, because if not, this would be like a $1,700 AR-15. And I'm like, well, how much y'all asking for it? He was like, $960. I said, that's the one I want right there. Let me get it. Take it. I went right then, walked over to the freaking thing, and it was just black gun. I walked over and got the front pick rail for it. So it's got the quad rail on the front, so I can put, you know, flashlight, hand stop, or front vertical foregrip. I bought that, and then I bought an AR Spark AR red dot for it, and a Magpul sling. It had the stock furniture. I put a Magpul grip on it, Magpul stock, camouflaged it, put the optic on it, and that was like our shit hits the fan gun, you know, middle of the sickness that was around that time. The thumb hole stock has no threaded barrel after the 90s. It's all over there. Yep. So, yeah, man. Yeah, dude, hey, Mama Bear is hunting this year. She got that 20 gauge. We're going to camouflage it on a video. I got a pop-up deer blind. We already have deer that come right through the middle of my property and my neighbor's property. I'm going to put my pop-up blind up there. I got 2 nice, comfortable office chairs, and I'm just going to take the 10 millimeter for backup in my 12 gauge, and I'm going to let Mama Bear shoot the buck. Hopefully we can get a couple deer this year, because that would help us tremendously with the meat situation down here. That's what it was too, brother. That's when I got it. When we got our first stimulus check, I was like, I need to go buy an AR-15. So I went, took all my money, bought ammo, bought magazines, bought everything I needed. So, and then I ordered a cheap Condor Recon chest rig and set me a little rig up. And that's what I was running for, what, a year or two? And that's when, after that, and we moved, that's when I really started getting back. I'm like, yeah, I got to get back into this shit, man. Like, now I've got all my chest rigs and everything set up. The Mac 90 is one of the best. Yes, I miss mine, dude. I had that one. So I had the Mac 90 with the thumb hole. I had an old cheap Clinton band Romanian Wasser 10. The fucking front sight was shifted. It was a piece of shit gun. But I tell you this, it did fire every time I pulled the trigger. We tried to shift the front sight. We'd shoot it and then like try to center the front sight as best we could. I had the Mac 90, the Wasser 10. I bought a folding stock Russian kit gun from a buddy of mine, Jerry G. I wish he was still alive or around. I don't know if he's dead or alive. That was my favorite. That gun had a milled receiver. It was a beast, man. You could fold the stock under. I had a 40-round mag. You couldn't fold the stock because it would hit the mag. And it came with a bayonet, the original sling, original cleaning kit, cleaning rod, everything. I only paid $1,000 for that gun. and it was worth a whole lot more because it was Russian. They had the little sign sickle on the side of it. Like, I had so many people see that wanted to buy that gun. And then I had a semi-automatic PPK. It had a fucking like 18-inch barrel, had a little fold-down bipod and a 75-round drum mag. I bought that and a 20-gauge pump pistol grip guy from a guy for fucking $300. He was trying to get out of North Carolina, and he was like, man, I'm trying to sell this. And I was like, well, how much do you want for both of them? He was like, man, if you give me $300 cash right now, you can have both of them. Shit, here you go. Shit, had them guns for a while. The second check, bought the P220. What did our second stimulus check buy, gun-wise? 308? And it's, yeah, 308. And then we got it, no.
No, then we got my,
No, we did. We got the AR pistol. We got the little, the 10.5 to 10-inch AR. So the second stimulus check, we bought Mama a Glock 43. I bought a AR-15 with a 10.5-inch barrel and my 308. So. Oh man, dude, I'd love to. I'd love to have some berries. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, in 2008, dude, when I bought my AK, my ex-wife had been in a car accident. She got a check back, and she's like, "Look, I want to give you $500. There's a gun show this weekend. I know how much you love your guns." She gave me $500 cash. I went into the gun show. I bought an AK, 5 magazines, 250 rounds of ammo, and my Ontario Cutlery Marine Raider Bowie, and a duffel bag. And when I came out, I had $5 left. You can't even buy a fucking AK for under $700-800 now. Like, they're crazy expensive now. So I have a Century Arms AK. It's got a milled receiver. It's not the best one they sell. Like, it shoots. It's got Magpul furniture. I traded a Canik like Elite Pro for it to my nephew because I really wanted that AK. Then I got the AK, and I start watching like Hitchcock 45 and all the people doing the videos on that gun, and they're like, it's not the best, man. It's hot. Sorry about my hair, guys. It's not the best AK you can get, but it's Century Arms. I heard they had a lot of quality control and shit like that. But PSA does. Bad dreams. What is up, my brother from another mother? Get it on, man. We got to be ready for September. So I need to check out. I would like to get. They had one at my local gun store. It was Yugoslavian. It already had like the pick rail on the front, fucking the rail for a optic and all that shit. They wanted $600 for it. It was used. I was gonna do some trading with them, but they weren't trying to give me what I needed. George, how you doing, bro? Yeah, my boss's brother has a Mosin. He's got the Mosin, man. He's got a mount, put a scope on it and everything. It's nice, dude. You used to be able to get them for like $50, $70. Shit, I ain't found one under $500. It's something. Shit. Yeah, I've been looking at PSA, trying to see if I can maybe get a cheap AR-9 from them and like upgrade everything in it, you know, because super safety will have a trigger. But I want to get Mama's AR-9 done bad. Mama wants it too, and then that way we can get that chest rig, get that custom chest rig for her, and then she ain't got to lug a heavy ass 16-inch barrel AR-15 around. You go in, see it. Awesome. Get them both for 400. Yes. Yeah. But this they had the Yugoslavian AK they had up there. I really wanted. I walked in, I saw that, the 338 Lapua Magnum that I wanted. It was a Savage 110 long range hunter. Had a fucking huge optic on it. I was like, I want those guns. I want them. Like, let's go home and see what we got and we can bring it up. So I know that Patriot sold my AK for $1,000. Okay. My nephew bought it from him. I was trying to buy it, but he got it before me. And I had an old Smith & Wesson, like 40 caliber, but it was the old school one, like the 430 or some 490 or 4 something. It was an old one. Nice gun, but I paid $350 for it. So I was like, take these up there, see how much they'll give you off the AK in this long range hunter. Because they wanted $1,200 for the 338 and $600 for the AK. So it was like $2,000 plus tax and all that shit. So Mama Bear takes the gun up there, and the guy wants to give her like, what was it? Like $300 for the AK.
It was like $400.
It was like $400 total for my AK that I know they paid $1,000 for. They sold it for $1,000. They wanted like $300 for that and like $150 for the pistol. And I'm like, oh, what's up, Old Glory? And I was like, let me think about it. and they were like, well, you can use this money to put down on it. And it was like, I still had to come up with like $1,400. And I'm like, fuck that. So I come back, I sold the pistol for $400. So I made $50 on it to a friend of mine, and I still got the AK. Like it's an AK. It shoots 7.62 by 39s, and it fires every time I pull the trigger. It's not the best AK, but it ain't the worst one either. So it's not. I heard Century Arms has gotten a lot better with their quality control and manufacturing. So we'll see. But it's the one that they make that has the milled receiver. It's a heavy bitch, and the mag full furniture doesn't make it any lighter. I can tell you all that. Why is it every time I get out here, my nose itches? But, so hopefully we can get the air conditioner fixed today. We've been trying to dry out the plug. It happened to the last one too, and it took about 2-3 days. Dried out, we knocked the water out, shit like that. But now it's hot in here. Like I'm sweating, so I'm trying to get that hair on. Yup. Mine shoot. It would eat the steel ones. It eat the non-corrosive, the corrosive. It doesn't care. It just likes its ammo. And she's a hungry girl. So I miss mine. I don't even know who got that one. My Mac 90 with the thumb hole. It was back when I was going through divorce with my ex-wife and having issues with her and needing money, and it was bad. So I ended up selling a bunch of shit I didn't want. Yes, we do. I have an AC up here. We mounted it up on some stuff. I mean, you guys can kind of see it. See it mounted right there. We got it. We got an AC, and it's little. Doesn't hardly pull the generator, but the plug's outside because I don't want to cut my stuff to mount it in there permanently. It kind of is permanently. I can always just take the stuff that I built off for it, but we need to get it going. You have I have a 1911, but it's my granddaddy's that he brought back from like Korea and Vietnam, so I don't shoot it. I don't have any 45 other than that for long range runs. Yes, I'd love to have. That was my dream gun for so many years. Was the Remington 700 with the fucking overmolded Hogue police stock with the short bull barrel with a 3x9x40 optic. That was my dream sniper rifle. I don't have one, but I do have a Savage 110 308 that's accurate as fuck. What round is a little bigger than a 5.56? I mean, I'm sure there's rounds bigger. 7.62 is 30 caliber. 5.56 you can get. I mean, I'm sure somebody can answer it. I mean, 308 depends on what platform you want it in. An AR-15, you can get a 308, 5.56, 7.62. I mean, I like the 5.56. I mean, it's for doing what we do with it. Yeah, 30 caliber. I mean, yes, you're definitely going to need that, especially where you guys live, sis, because I know it gets hot out there. How are the fires? Bolt action? Shit, dude, there's so many you can get that are bigger than a 5.56. Shit, you can get 7mm 08. I mean, there's 22 calibers that I'm sure are bigger than that. But 5.56 right now, for the modern Minuteman, I suggest you get a 5.56 and a 9mm, or a 308, or something like that. As far as shotguns, 12 gauge, you know. But right now, 5.56 is the best. See, I have a roof-mounted one here. See, there's one right there in the camper. But there's wires hanging out of the dial right here. And when I got this new camper, I plugged it in and nothing in the camper worked. And I am not about to go through all the wiring and shit. So I just deal with it. But that one, once you went, like I said, it got wet. And we have had so much freaking rain. It worked the whole time, all this rain. We cut it off one day and I don't know if it like got into a bucket of water or if like what was dripping out of the air conditioner condensator got into it and 6mm arc. Yeah, that I was. Yes, I've seen some. Yeah, I wish you guys could have some of our rain. We're getting way too many rain. Scoot, what's up, my brother? We are good, man. Dude, shotguns are great, Justin. I'm glad I got a shotgunner, but like for me, I like the high-powered rifles. Like, plus I can carry 30+ rounds per mag, you know what I mean? So he's not having to reload as much. But when all I had was a shotgun, that was my kit. I had I have these. This one doesn't have anything in it. This one's from Mama Bear. I have these. And buddy of mine did some magic with this one to try to make it like a belt. I don't wear them as a belt. I wear them like across my body, like the old bandoleros. And but yeah, he made this one. He cut it down real good. These little screws, so you can adjust it. You can put holes in it. It's a little too big for Mama Bear, but it's not big enough to go around her body. So I'm just going to load this one with 20 gauge shells. Gives you 25 rounds, and this is for her to just tote it with us when we're hunting, so we have extra ammo. And I got one on mine. The only thing I got to get from Mama Bear's gun is a sling. It doesn't have a sling on it. So Universal 12. Man, you can shoot low brass bird shot or high brass buckshot. You can basically get any game North America offers with a shotgun. But I do like my AR-15. If I'm hunting, usually it's a 270 or a 12 gauge. I love a 270 for deer hunting, especially in North Carolina. You're not taking 500-yard shots. I think the longest shot I've ever took and shot a deer was about 170 yards, and I did that with a 270. So I do like my bolt actions. I love my 308. I took it I've taken it hunting and shot at a deer twice. I missed both times. One, it was running. The second one was me. The gun is fine. I brought it home, shot it 100 yards, and hit the bullseye. So I was like, yeah, it's not the gun with me. So, hey, one of the little fans charged? I can't feel either one of these fans. They're not, are they? Can I just give me the one that's not charged? I got the charger right here. My phone's good enough. Just chuck it over to me. Yeah, I mean, I would not shoot a deer with a 5.56, man. Buck fever is going to hit Mama Bear Pat. You know it is. Go ahead, check it. When here, these fans are our freaking lifesaver down here. They easy to. Oops, sorry guys, my what the hell just happened? Uh-oh, I did something, baby. I just lost a chat and everything. Hey guys, I just lost. Am I still on?
Yeah, we're still talking.
I lost a chat. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did. Hey, I'm going to cut it real quick and jump back on, guys. I lost the chat. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. What the hell did I do?